else because I wasn't doing anything else at the moment with my computer. So yeah, I guess it's that.
Yeah. Wait, don't you play on a Mac?
No.
Oh.
No, I sometimes use. I don't know if maybe it's sometimes written somewhere in Discord, but I use my Mac to connect to Discord because
Okay.
yeah, because my PC where that runs the game is not really strong, so I don't want to risk,
Yeah,
with
okay, I see.
Discord messing it up.
But I know someone who used to play on Mac.
Messing
Somebody
it
told
up.
me.
I tried it on my Mac, but my Mac is not strong enough for the game.
Roses used to play on a Mac too. But the game is getting discontinued from Mac. It will not support the game anymore.
Oh, yeah. I don't
So
know.
people who play on a Mac won't be able to.
Yeah. I tried, as I said, but it was so terrible. I don't know what it was. If it was graphics, maybe graphics are not good enough on my. I have the MacBook Air, so it's like a basic one. So I don't know what was wrong. I think it might be graphics that weren't good enough to support the game because everything else I think I should have like enough, but it wasn't working at all. It was like 1 frame per second all the time.
Oh. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Bones,
Yeah.
you're Lacrin?
Sure.
Oh, it is cleared. Yeah,
This
can someone
one,
can we all leave?
this
and
wing 4 is
someone else open it?
cleared.
Let's all leave, please, and we're gonna get someone else to open it.
I haven't not done anything.
Yeah, me neither, as always. So whenever you need a fresh wing, it's me.
My God, I want wings now.
Everybody out, please. Taco, could you leave the instance, and then we're gonna restart. Thank you. Yeah, if someone who hasn't done Wing 4 and you're sure you haven't, please open. That would be awesome.
I can do it. Just where's wing 4? Let me...
It's on my tag over here.
Okay.
I think
Oh,
Bones is
you
gonna
are
do it. Though.
up there.
Yeah, Bones is doing it.
Huh?
Don't enter yet.
Okay.
Don't enter yet, guys.
Tom, can you please invite me to the squad?
You're invited.
You can join.
I thought I invited you. Sorry. Who is Ren? Okay, number 10. Cool. If you want to play, can you please get invoice? I'm not doing this again. Who isn't invoice?
7 are in voice.
Yeah, I know we're missing one. I think it's Owen. Yeah, Owen. Okay, the people that aren't here yet will sort out roles afterwards. But I'll do a quick breakdown of Wing 4 for anybody that hasn't done this before. I'm sure there's a few of you. Even if you
Can
have
we
done it
enter?
before, let's go through it anyway. So, first off is Can. He is the first boss. If we go through here, you guys can enter now, by the way. You can come into the instance whenever you want.
Yeah, I asked and then I just entered.
Yeah. So, Can is a pretty chaotic boss, but there's very little going on. Can has a mechanic similar to Veil Guardian, where he'll put down red circles underneath underneath random players and random places. Generally, there's 3 of them. they teleport you after a short interval, which is like 2 seconds. It's very similar to Veil Guardian, but the actual AoE is this red-black kind of circle. So you don't want to stand in those. He also randomly, well, not randomly, but he will put a red AoE on top of the furthest player from him every 20 seconds. That AoE will damage anybody inside it, and it will follow around this one player. It will damage anybody inside it, and especially anyone who's moving around. The longer you move around in it, the more damage you take. So ideally we want anybody that's got those AoEs to move around Can and to one of these spots that I'm tagging onto the circle. When you move around, you want to stay, there's a big circle in the middle. If you've got your shaders up to at least medium, you should be able to see this little circle, like this little sigil in the middle. As long as you're staying within the confines of that sigil, you should be not hit by any of his projectiles that he throws, but I'll get into the projectiles in a minute. So when you have this AoE, you want to stand at circle, heart, or square, depending on if someone's already there or not. Find a spot where someone with this red AoE isn't, and then just go there. On the topic of the projectiles, he's every third attack he throws out auto attack. He throws out a spread of little spinny stone stars. They will knock you back. They will not hurt. They will not hit you if you're standing inside this circle. But if you're outside it, you will get knocked back, and it's a pain in the ass to handle. The main way that we move around in this fight is with this context skill that we've got. That is a point and click dash, so you can test it out now. If you just aim where you want to go, and it's a 5-second cooldown, it's a really good way of getting around this map, and it will be your main way of getting around for much of it if you have too many stacks, which I will get onto again in a second. So you want to practice moving around with your Celestial Dash as much as you can before we start. The stacks, now this is where he gets chaotic. There's going to be a couple of intervals every like 20 seconds ish, 30 seconds. He's going to place down greens and kind of wind up a big attack. You see him like kind of like crouching down and turn into a ball and then do a big blast. When he reaches the max, when he does that big blast, he throws anybody who's not in a green circle into the air. They start floating up, and you get a stack of it's not petrified, but you get a stack of the main stack that you get in this game, in this fight. If you get to 100, then you get petrified.
It's immobilize you, right? I don't know the name either.
I don't remember the name. I can't. Shut up, guys.
Yeah.
And if you get 100 stacks, you get petrified and you can't do anything. You can only move around with your Celestial Dash. You can't attack the boss or anything like that. But the more stacks you have, the more you get slowed down. You won't be able to move. You'll get hobbled. It's like you're crippled. And to remove the stacks, you need to be in one of these green circles. When he does his attack, you're in the green circle and you won't get thrown up into the air, and that's how you lower the stacks of the petrified attack. And yeah, the circles have orbs above them. The orbs represent how many people need to be in the circle. If there's one orb over it, one person can stand in the circle. These green circles vary in size. The small ones tend to be 1 or 2, and the big ones tend to be 4 or 5. No more than 4 actually. It's kind of like the greens from Veil Guardian. So you just, like, if there's 4 people in it, then it will work. If there's not 4 people in it, then we still take the damage. So make sure we all stand in the biggest AoE, the biggest green. Make sure you stand in the biggest green and with the group. But if you have Agony on you, try and find one of the smaller AoEs to stand in. That's pretty much the fight. I've got to be right back. I'll wait for everybody to get in the instance, and then we'll sort out squad comp in a second. We are not doing CM. Okay, Bones, I'm assuming you're Alacrity. Yelton? you're gonna
Yes.
be Druid. Egg, DPS, I'm sure. Oh, can you go Quickness? And then, can we get a Hill Firebrand, anybody?
Aren't you here,
I can.
Firebrand?
Wanna be. Do you want to, Keller, or do you want to play Scourge?
Again. Yield Firebrand.
Let's just stay on it like we are for now. And then I think we're fine. And yeah, Tano, if you could do banners, that'd be awesome.
I'll do banners, but I just asked, I don't know if you saw, I forgot, do we need any CCs here, or can I just take my, just
CC.
accept?
There's no CCs on this boss at all. In fact,
Okay.
there's no CCs on the next two bosses at all, so
Well,
full damage,
thank you.
guys.
So I'm Druid.
No, we already got Druid. I think.
So I'm
Yeah.
DPS.
Just DPS, yeah, please.
Bones, do you have Condi Renegade?
No.
Okay.
Fuck Condi builds. Everything can be done with power build.
What spirits do I take on this boss?
You want to just bring water, frost, sun and storm? No, not storm,
Four.
actually. Stone. Frost, sun and stone. And then
Are we
the
skipping
elite-
greens?
No, we're not. Not for a training run.
Okay,
Just
okay.
get
okay.
everybody to learn it. And also I think Erwin needs to get his thing, so...
Yeah.
So I don't need to go dwarf.
No, you don't know. Right, what happens here is if we speak to... And you're up there, Awesome Bones. If we speak to Glenna, before...
What? Would be awesome.
Huh?
What?
Don't just stay there and don't do anything. If we speak to Glenna beforehand, she comes down, and then that triggers the boss to spawn. But because we haven't spoken to her, we can kind of cheese it and come down here and wait at arrow. And then when we're all ready and we do the ready check, Bones is going to speak to Glenna, and we are going to start without having to glide down. But yeah, any questions? Anybody got anything they need to know about this that I haven't made clear or anything? Speak now or forever hold your peace. It's a really easy bot. It's just boss. It's just chaotic. So it's just gonna take a little bit of getting used to. Don't worry too much about it. Alright, let's give it a shot.
If you want to do your heart, you should play really selfish and look for the greens with only one person in it.
Be selfish, Owen.
We might help you later if you don't get it.
Yeah, that's what I forgot, thanks. Yeah, we've got quite a few condis. Thanks, Egg.
Isn't that power?
That's power. We're just going to put down Condi and...
Oh.
It's... the first one, mint garnish, and the pepper cured meat flatbread, which is first column, third row. And your... Yelton, that's your food, the mint garnish.
Yes.
Condi is the flat bird. flatbread.
Mid flatbread, yeah. The flatbread one. Those generally are the only three you ever need to put down. It's the third row, first column. It's the one with 30 left. Pepper cured meat flatbread. Not the veggie. Yeah, there you go. Hold on. Cool. Right, I'm going to just quickly redo Ready Show. Awesome, let's do this.
All right, lead the way.
So Glenna's on her way, she's going to spawn the boss when she gets here.
Huh. Do you feel that? Do you see that?
And here is Ken. So there's the reds, don't get teleported underneath them. If I can get to the green, use your dash if you're far away. So you see these teleports that are red right next to us? Don't be standing. Goes up, goes up. And the red, he just said I'm hit, stay away from me, go stand over there. Yeah, that's bonus awesome. So see bonus has got this red AoE on him, he should be standing over there the whole time now for 60 seconds while he has that debuff. Quick to the green, everyone in the green. And now we can go back. Let's go by the reds. What's up, red turn? Nicely done, well done. And he's dashing around. I've forgotten the song. He's dashing around, wait until he comes back and then get him one of the greens. There's a green right underneath him if you want. Well done. Reds. And more teleports, watch out. Really good job on the teleports, boy. More teleports. And into the big green, everyone, into the big green. Yeah, so what just happened there for Utako, you were in one that required more than one person, and you were alone there, so you should have come to the big green ridge. Even if you did have a red or anything. Unless you could have found one with just one orb above it. He's doing the dash around again. Wait until he comes back and then get him one of these greens. Into the green. There's one right underneath him. Awesome. Goes up, goes up, goes up. There's a teleports. And Taco, you're clear. Go back. There's okay. Into a green. Any green here. And then back to arrow. There's a lot of people racing over there. Take a green, any green, big green, I guess.
Then off.
wait for him to come back to the middle, then go to one of the greens. Any green this time. Use your dash to get back in, Bones, if you have it. And give it to dodge, and dodge. I did explain that, what we call the big dick attack, but I will explain it after this. Set res up, everyone. If you have agony, try not to stand on top of someone else with agony, because that shit hurts really badly. Thank you for those. Nice one, thank you all. So there's one, yep, awesome. Wait for him to come back to the middle, and then go into a green. Luckily enough, there's one right on top of us, top of the stack. Get ready to dodge this, and dodge. Well done, most people got that. And into any green, any green. That was... Can we get a res on the Alacrity over here? And then dash back in, guys. Use your dashes to get back in. %. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Well done. First try. Well done, everyone.
First try, easy.
Elwin, did you get it? I'm sorry.
Maybe you should explain the mechanic though. But you didn't.
What?
You should explain the hand. Big move.
I mean, I didn't think we were going to get that far.
We're gonna get it right for him next week or something.
Yeah, I'm saying that you should explain since we did it, so at least they know for next time.
Let's move on.
Okay. Is there anyone that hasn't done this before? I'm guessing not.
We need to talk.
Be right there.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Congratulations. Well, is it your first time attempting or first time clearing?
All right, lead the way.
Follow me.
Oh, great.
Nice one.
Of
Awesome.
course
Well,
we
first
have to
try,
find
first
a dead body.
clear as well.
Not my fault.
So,
See, we're late to the party.
where
Totally not my fault.
Would you?
where the two are running ahead, we come through here, and there's this little bit over here. There's this little like crumble of stone and rock. We need to get through that. If we go this way,
That doesn't sound good.
we will find a shovel. And we come here and we pick up the shovel.
Time to unearth some artifacts.
And we use the portal that Okay, no we don't. Also, there's always a box in this dirt path that you can take a little bit of extra free loot. And if people hadn't already done it who already know how to do this, we would have come over here and just spammed one on this place that we were trying to get through, and it would have knocked it down eventually after about 5 hits. But yeah, there you go. And then this is the next boss, Mercite Overseer. If you could drop the claim, please, so I can explain how things work to people who've never done it before. Okay, so this is Mercite Overseer. He is essentially a glorified DPS golem. The way he works is he's kind of like a chess piece on a board. He doesn't attack anyone, he just follows around whoever has claim, which is this over here. Someone should take this claim, which I think Egg wants to, and they will be the tank throughout the entire encounter. And the Mercite Overseer will just come over to wherever they are and follow them around the whole time. The tank also gets rid of these yellow tiles. So the yellow tiles will light up throughout the fight through the pieces, which I'll get onto in a bit. But the yellow tiles will light up and they do massive damage. So if I'm going to stand in here, look, I'm doing 1/3 of my health every hit, every second. So you do not want to be on these tiles most of the time. There's a few exceptions when you don't really have anywhere else to go, but we'll get onto that in a bit. There's also 4 pieces that spawn here, 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 and here. They'll move down from west to east, so they'll be moving from their spot over to where I'm standing now on their like respective columns. They will light up these tiles as they move through. So he'll start here, the one that we'll see the most of, and he'll move down, and the moment he comes down here and steps on this tile we're standing on will light up. It is the tank's job to use the claim to despawn these damage dealing tiles. When they get down to the end, of their path, so when they get to about here, they will turn into pieces, much like what we saw earlier. They'll turn into jade golems. They'll have an aura, a big red AoE that does damage to us, and they'll also start coming over here to us to start attacking us. We really just cleave them down, which means, of course, we're attacking the boss, and any excess damage that goes to additional targets from our attacks will just cleave down that additional piece. When he dies, he explodes. He kind of does this build up. It's much like the animation that you saw on Can, where he does he curls into a ball and then explodes. And when he explodes, he will deal damage to the entire squad. You can dodge through it, so I'll try and call a dodge. Keller, can you go Scourge, by the way, for record?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. While I'm thinking about it. What we're gonna do? We're gonna
never used it though.
Huh?
Never used it.
It's fine. It's just when the first one gets to here, you yeah. What's my train of thought? So yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Keller to epi these guys. He's going to epi the pieces. That means that when they're damaged while they're moving down, they'll just stop moving and then regain health and then start moving again. But it stops all 4 of them from reaching their spot at the same time. So we can, rather than have all 4 of them come and converge on us at the same time, we can just stagger them and spread out the damage that they would inflict on us. There are green arrows that pop out of the tiles in a set order. These after about 3-second wind up and you hear a sound, it's like a kind of sound. There will be spears that come out of the ground. If you're standing on these tiles when the green arrows are there and they're about to pop out and those spears hit you, you insta die. There's no down state. You just immediately go down and die and you're out of the fight. So the tank's job is to move us in the places where those aren't, and we just follow the MO around. Mercite Overseer. It's a really good idea if you go to your options, go to general and go to combat and movement, and it is where is it? Where is it? Melee target assist. If you have that ticked, you should untick it now. That essentially means that if you have something targeted, you will not be able to move through its hitbox. It's like the most useless skill, useless ability, useless option in the game. Because throughout this fight, if you have him targeted and you're trying to move from over here to over here, you're going to have to move through him. And if you have him targeted, it's not going to allow you unless you dodge through. So it is best to have that off so you can move through all of the objects that are going to be in our way for this fight. There's 2 more things. There's Dispel that someone's going to need to take. The 4 pieces that I was talking about earlier will periodically spawn a yellow shield over them. Whoever has Dispel has to immediately, when they see that shield, use it on them. They need to step away from MO because sometimes the projectile that they throw hits the Overseer. Just step away, go over to select the target that has the shield, and then use their context skill or action skill. And then there's kind of like a supplementary protect here. This stops anybody from taking damage for about 5 or 10 seconds. I can't remember the exact time. But it's good if we're about to take damage from 2 or 3 pieces that are about to explode on us, or if we're all down and we're about to get hit by the spears coming through the floor. That's pretty much the fight in a nutshell. I don't think there's anything else, but yeah, there we go. Any questions? If there's something I haven't made clear or anything, please.
Oh, when should I use Epidemic?
When the heart piece gets to here.
Ah, okay.
So when it crosses over the first tile.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Everybody got it? I'm gonna have 2 healers this time. Usually with this fight we usually only have 1 healer, but because it's training, it's good to go. Can someone... Egg's got claim. I'm gonna take protect. Can someone do dispel?
No.
I could get used to this.
You got that one? Awesome. Cool. Right, it's a very simple fight. Just be aware where you are, and yeah, try and follow the group. We should be good.
Perhaps that was a bad
So that's that shield. Someone's going to throw the spell on it now, and there it goes. The spell is Epidemic. So over there are the green arrows that are coming out of the ground. Those are going to spawn spears, and yeah, that would have killed you.
Watch your feet.
And now let's start to get more. We're going to move because there's going to be greens where we are here. And stay on this tile, that's good, well done. And dodge. Yep, so that explosion was some damage to that focus. We're going to move again, move, over to this tile, over to here. Nice one, everyone. And we're moving again, over to here. Side, let's go up quickly, as we turn. Go down. Goes up again. And we're moving over here. And we're moving again. Exploded, did a little bit of damage to us, no problem, and easy. There you go, well done. Okay.
Did anyone else hear that? What's this?
So, if you will come up here, X, slow down. So we need to get through this gate. It's just a pre-event. If you go up to the gate and interact with it, it will start to give you sight on all these places. You need to get 4 keys to open it. There's 1 key here, but it doesn't spawn yet until we get the other 3. If you come follow me, there is a key here in the rubble. If you interact with this rubble, you'll get a little thing above your head. There's also a key down here. On this rubble. And the last rubble, there is a key over here. And those are the 4 keys. And then once you have all 4, you go back and you can put them in the door and we open up to the next boss. Simple. And feel free to watch the cinematic. Okay, so this is Samrock. He's another fairly easy boss, but takes a little bit of getting used to. So, Samrock has one main attack that everyone needs to be aware of, and that's his slam. He winds up, brings both spears up above his head, and slams down, and that creates a shockwave across the ground that will throw you backwards. If you get thrown, you'll get thrown quite a distance as well. If you get thrown into the spears around the edges of the map, you will instantly die. You won't go down. You're just dead immediately. 1 second. So that's his main attack. He will focus the first person that goes into the arena, so the closest person to him. And after that, he will focus the furthest person from the group. So try and stack on the group as best you can. Try and stack underneath him as best you can. We're going to be pretty much on his arse the entire fight, except for the splits. He will target that person, and we're going to try and stand in the middle to mitigate how many times people will get thrown into spears. So try and stand on arrow-ish area. Every 10%, he will jump on top of the tank, the person that he is focused in, and he will, and that person will be completely immobile, not be able to use skills. And after about 10 seconds, they will get immediately killed, but they're also losing health at the same time. So it's up to the healers to heal that person while they're being CC'd. While the rest of the squad CCs Samrock, and I cannot stress enough how important CC this entire fight is for that reason. If you have Reapers, bring your flesh golems, Revenants, bring your staffs, Guardians, Bane signets, and so on and so forth. Axes, maces on warriors, etc. Like, swap out any DPS you have for general CC. Because he's going to do it every 10%, so we need to have as much CC as possible for this fight. So when we do that, we get down to 66%, at which point he phases. He will rush over into that little semicircle behind him and create a shield, much like the shield you saw in the pieces in the last fight. He will spawn 2 additionals. There is Rigum and Gultheim. Rigum is someone that we need to push into the shield, ideally right underneath Samog. That is the Druid's job. They should be bringing a longbow, but we'll sort that out in a minute. If you don't think you can do it, we'll swap around. The Druid should be using a longbow to push Rigum into Samog, and then when Rigum is down to 0% health, the shield on Gurtheim will disappear. And it will stay disappeared until 66 and 33% on Gurtheim. We need to kill Gurtheim before we can kill Rigum. So we push Rigum into Samog, kill Gurtheim, and then pull Rigum out and kill Rigum, and then we go back to the same rotation that we had before, from 100 to 66. A new mechanic will start from then on, which is the friends mechanic. One person will get a green AoE underneath them and a big AoE around them, and one other person will just get the green AoE. It's the job of the person with, and it's randomly selected. It's any one of us 10 people except for the person focused by Samlog. It's the job of the person with the big AoE to get out of the group, and it's the job of the person with the small AoE to get right underneath on top of the other person. Once those two greens underneath them are connected, they won't take any damage. If they're not connected when the timer ends, they will both take massive damage, and a spear will come down and hurt both of them. That's the only new mechanic, but so we just do the same thing every 10%, CC him, watch out and jump over the waves, and we can dodge through the waves as well. The tank can just dodge when he comes and slams down. Don't try and jump, because you will take direct damage from the spears, from his slam. And then we go down to 33%. Once we're at 33%, we do the same thing with Rigum and Gurtheim, push him in under Samrog, kill them both one at a time. And then once we're out of that phase, we come back and we will get another new mechanic on top of the ones that we've already done, which is his slam mechanic. He just raises one spear and slams it down in front of him. The range of that is very, very far. So if you see him doing it, just get out of the way. He doesn't change direction at all. Once he's picked a direction, he's gonna do it. So just keep an eye on his animations and stay out of his way, essentially. And then we come back to the middle. We do all three of those mechanics, bring him down to 0%, and that's the entire fight. He is another very simple one, which is why I chose Wing 4. All of the mechanics are super simple. Jotun, are you good to push?
Yeah, sure. Do I take longbow instead of staff?
Instead of staff, yeah.
Okay. And do I also take entangle to keep him in the circle or not?
Yes, you do, and you swap out Sun Spirit for Glyphotites. Just so you have a little bit of extra push. It's best if you use Glyphotites first and then use your longbow.
Yeah, got it.
We will have people backing you up on that, so yeah.
Do I stay as a Necro? Or
Yeah.
do you want me as Ilfirebrand?
Up to you, what you want.
I'll just stay there.
Alright, cool. Yeah. Any questions before we start?
Yeah, should I switch from Signet of Wrath to Bane Signet then?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you got a Boga or Jacaranda? Or whatever the fuck they call them. I don't know how to read.
Yeah, I have both Boga and Jacaranda. The only normal pet I'm missing is Wyvern.
I would do either one of the two or both, because they both have immobilizers on them, and which are super useful on their F2.
Oh yeah, then Jacaranda, because Iboga has pull as well, so that's not what we want.
Is it one of its auto attacks or something? But yeah, go just Jacaranda then. I mean, you've got enough with Entangle, but yeah. Okay, cool. Let's give this a shot. So immediately here comes a slam, be ready to jump over it, watch for the wave, and jump over it. Good job. Jump. He randomly turns around and does that as well. When he does that wave, that kind of... yeah, okay, here comes the CC. CC, well done. Yeah, he does those swipes, he turns around to the rest of the group and does those swipes. Just go back and stand on his arse. He's going to do 2 more slams and then he'll do it again. Okay, so stand on his arse, get behind him. Yeah, well done. And CC. You don't damage him here as well, so don't try and damage while you're doing it. More CC, make sure you CC as much as possible. Jump. Well done. Nobody's getting hit by that. Nice one. Okay. In 3%, he's going to charge to the semicircle. We just want to get out of his way. So 1% and get out of his way. Get out of his way. Come over here. And we're going to go stand at R. And we're just going to wait until Righam's been pushed. Don't touch anything yet, don't do any damage. Okay, and now kill will go time. Don't stand in that area. Well done. As long as Righam's in that bubble, he will, when he dies, Goodhammer will lose his shield. So we do it again, and there we go. And now we can pull Righam out. Finish it. If you still have Entangle, use it around here. So that's friend mechanic, so get together. Awesome, and there you go, now you can come back in. If you still have Entangle, if you could use it on one of these, around these spears, it will get rid of them immediately. There you go, nice. CC. Friends out, please. Allies out, allies out. Nice. Barely. Jump.
Spirits should be impressed.
Allies out. Be ready to jump over this while we're at it. Good job, guys. CC. Allies out. If you have Entangle again, it might be a good idea to put on some of the spears. Jump. And CC. Bit more. Nice one. Done really well. We need to clear some of these spears, so if anybody has some range that they could use on them, that'd be awesome. Just DPS them or... Okay, but yeah, nice one. Careful, we need to res up over here. And get out of his way, we're 33. Nice one, okay. And over to Heart again. Over on the tag, everyone. We're pushing Righam.
Alert.
There we go, nice. And mobilise him. Goes up. Nice. And kill Goodham. Awesome. Okay, and any entangle you have left, let's put them on these shield spears. Allies out. Raise up. Let's try and stand in the middle here. Well done. There's this one-handed slam. So let's raise up. You do not want to be underneath there. And stand on his ass. Allies out. CC. Whoever's the tank, let's drag him away from these spears a little bit unless you have him tangled. Jump. Guys. Beautiful, well done. CC. Goes up. It's not the end of the world now at 20% to be honest with you, but if it was any other time it would have been a GG. Let's raise up. Let's get on his arse everyone if you're not there. Who's tanking? Itana, you're tanking, so I can just CC.
Oof.
And allies out. Remember to stay on his arse. Want to be between his back legs, really. And watch out for these spears, don't stand in the arrows. Already been in there. Well done. First time on everything, guys. Well done.
Heavy compass forward.
Woohoo!
Join me, others. There's no more room.
I mean, it's to be honest with you, I put it down to my amazing explanation of all the mechanics. You know, it's nothing to do with anyone else. It's all me. I'm joking. Yeah, let's try and do Deimos. If we don't get it done in like 2 or 3 tries, I say maybe 5 tries or something. So we move on to what, Wing 2 or something.
Leave now.
Yay!
You'll make him angry.
Okay, so this is Deimos. Deimos is, by all means, one of the hardest and most frustrating bosses in all of the raids. Not because there's anything particularly difficult about him, but there's a shit ton of moving parts to this boss that if any of them really go wrong, then it's a GG. So everybody needs to be consistent, everybody needs to be focused, and if you're not, then generally this boss doesn't go particularly well. It's split into many different phases, and I'm going to go through, probably going to try and explain the first couple, and then just go from there. If we get to the next phase, then I'll explain that next phase after we GG. First things first, there's a pre-event to this boss. Don't disable it. There's new people here. Please sec. If everyone comes down here. So, most of the fight happens on this arena, but there's a second arena that I'll get to in a sec. The pre-event starts here, and one random person will be selected to go down into hell. Yes, it is down. I will not have anyone say otherwise. We're going to go down into hell, and it will we'll have basically exactly the same arena as we have here, one big circle. But these 4 statues with the chains around them, the statues where the chains are coming from, will be targetable I hate you so much, Rose. We need to kill all 4 of these statues, and once we kill one of them, everybody gets teleported back up here. So the idea is to try and kill all of them at the same time. It takes a little bit of coordination and people to call out how much damage they're doing or what percentage something's at. And then when someone says kill and it's like 10%, just put out all your burst, and you have like about a second or 2 seconds to just do a little bit more damage before we come back up. Once we've taken out all 4 of them, Deimos will spawn. Melee. Deimos will spawn, which is the main boss. His first attack is a pizza attack. He creates multiple cone slices in a big circle around him and slam down in front of him, and those will trace from in front of him all the way around both sides, and then be at his arse. And when you get hit by this, you will be thrown backwards. Now, we're on an edge for most of this fight. There are edges everywhere. So if you get thrown off of these edges by that attack, you will be out of the fight. If you what's it called? Yeah. So that's his main attack for the entire fight, and then he also does something called a Mind Crush, which is one big AoE attack on him, on everyone. It's on the entire arena. You'll hear like a wind up, and you'll hear Soul, this guy in the middle, the shackled prisoner. His name will change. Say get into the ward quickly, and there's a big blue bubble right in the middle. Everybody gets into that. That shields them from this attack. Alternatively, you can have a block, or you can have Aegis. Any kind of blocks or Aegis. That will stop you from getting one shot. If you get hit by this thing, then you will go down immediately. It'll be downstate, so you'll be resable, but ideally no one really wants to have that happen. At 75%, we go down into hell again, and we kill a kind of ghost version of the prisoner in front of us. At 50%, in hell, we'll be teleported back here, and we have to finish him up here. Then we will, at about 60%, we're going to move Deimos from the middle, and we're going to move him to about somewhere near Arrow. And we're going to be moving him around like Arrow here, and here, and here. The reason for that is at 60%, we're going to start spawning these AoEs we call the Blacks. The Blacks are like this tar that spawn underneath the nearest person to Deimos that isn't the tank.
Easy.
If you stand in this, and this is the big problem with this fight, if you stand in this tar, it will expand, and it will hit more people, and it will expand even further, and then further. It's like a massive cascade effect, and you want to just avoid it at every possible cost. Just like if you see this AoE spawn, it's going to be spawning immediately as a big orange AoE, and then it will turn into a black. Once it turns into a black, you stay the fuck away from it. You don't even stand near the AoE that spawns it. Just stay as far away from that as you possibly can, without not damaging Deimos. You want to still be near him enough to damage him. There's a mechanic as well, which I'm going to skip for now, about hands. It's just where the furthest person away is going to get targeted by his hands. Just ignore that mechanic. There's going to be one dedicated hand kiter, who will not be in the fight for most of it. They'll just be doing their own thing, watching YouTube and having us all muted. That's like the first half of the fight, and I'm going to leave it there because that is it's a lot to take in already. I don't want to do the rest of it unless I'll try, and if we do get that far, then we'll see how we go. I'll explain it as we go, but just for now, try and take in those small mechanics and that little amount of mechanics, and we'll give it a shot. Do we have a hand kiter? Anybody? We do not.
Nope.
I don't want to do it because I want to stay in the group and keep calling shit out. But do you have a? Yes, you do. Do you have Harrier? Well, no, you have a Druid, don't you? So yeah, it's just literally all of the same stuff, and you just take the hand kite build off of Smoke Arrows. It's really simple. Yeah, you just do 5 stacks and keep running around. It's simple. It's just managing your cooldowns. You take if you really want to play on like safe mode, you take a greatsword and use the block on 4, and then you have your signets and a black bear. Do you have a black bear? Ideally, you take that because it's got like 2 skills that give you invulnerability. Egg, can you tank? Yeah, you're already not. It's fine, don't worry. No. And I will black kite. Okay. Melee. I said that. It's arguably better because it goes faster, but it's easier to mess up because we have a lot more people standing near the blacks. So just be aware of the blacks. That's why I was making such a huge emphasis on it. We could also do a toughness check if everybody could just go to their equipment and check how much toughness they have. Make sure it's not above 1.8.
How hard is this gonna be with like no toughness?
You have some
Usually I see
toughness from
hand
your-
kites with.
You have some toughness from your pet and your signet.
I know, but like I see hand kites usually have a 700 toughness all in all, or 500 some of them. I think I will have like 1,300 around. Or
There's
something.
powerful up here if anyone needs it.
GG and go to Keller if you need power food. Honestly, it was like 1,380 I think was my toughness. I found it quite difficult, but it's doable. I've done it before.
Question.
Yeah.
For this fight with Damus, should I switch back to the Signet of Wrath
Yes.
instead of Bane Signet?
Yeah, no, you only
Or-
went for the Bane Signet first, you see.
Mm.
And there's some CC in this, but it's not as prominent as Samurott. gonna put some food down here for everyone. It's healing, power, and Condi. Sorry, I know you already put down food, Kev. I'll just have it. Okay. Last chance for any questions. If you don't have any, let's go. And remember, I don't.
Itana is taking banners, right?
Huh?
Itana is taking banners, right?
Last time I checked, yeah. Cool.
Okay.
I don't expect us to get past 50%, guys. So no worries. Just pay attention to the mechanics. So the green's going to spawn on someone randomly, and we're all going to go down, except for the Hankai and the Druid and Egg. Don't get hit by this cone.
Fury is mine. Come on, hit me. I'll hit back.
Was it either me or you?
No, it was you. And then
I thought it was me. Yeah.
it was you. We're going down again.
It's one at 7, 24,
There's one at 90.
91.
So try
Yeah.
not to kill it until we are ready to kill. There's one at like 2%.
I did that.
There's one at here at like 90% that I need people to go to. So 91%, go to that. Ignore the 24%, you guys.
Kill.
Go, go, go.
Oh,
Okay,
fuck.
there's one left. And then we can just have one or two people go down. If someone go with bones, you don't all need to go down yet. Awesome. Okay, so this is Deimos. Here's the pizza attack.
Defense, then offense.
And we dodge through it.
I did that.
And this is the bubble. You can block that as well, by the way. So here's 75%. We're going to get a green and go down. Stay in the water. Okay, and then we kill Sol. He's going to get CC. We need to do that fairly quickly. It's good to get into the habit of CCing him as quickly as you can.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's carry on going for a little bit. So we see what happens. And we're going back up to 50%. DPS him some more.
But I could not outrun the fear. I was fought for my crime. I was left for dead until the Mossad found me.
I did that.
Into the ward, everyone. He will follow you, so finish him, and then go back to Deimos. But everyone's dead, so GG that. That was really good.
Respite. Recover. Return.
Do I like take 3 ticks each time and just walk to the left?
What? Sorry?
Do I take 3 ticks and then walk, or 2 and dodge or
You
something?
should be able to do 5, but don't dodge. Just walk out.
5, okay.
You should be able to do 5. But there's no problem with just moving out of them at even 2. The only issue is like you can double up on the layers almost, like, so you can do one layer on the outside and then just on your way back do another layer over there if you want to do two.
Okay.
But yeah, it depends. It's completely down to your preference on how you're gonna do it. Just try and survive. Like, is the best advice. Do you have that black bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use the F3 for the ward.
And
usually.
F2 is also the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not the same, but it's a similar skill. You can use it to just mitigate as much damage as you can. But Signia.
I just need to time it better.
Huh?
I just need to time it better. F2.
I tend to use the greatsword to block the Mind Crush, and then I use F3 and F2 just to like survive on top of hands longer. So like I get down to 10% health, and then I pop one of the bear skills, and then I move out, and then I'd stay there while that lasts, and then I'll get the passive healing from like traits and souls passives as well.
I have a small feeling that now that I'm starting to play Kite, I'm gonna be stuck in Kite jail.
Yeah, you're in Kite jail now.
Yeah. Amazing.
Enjoy. And your turn, you've got that with the roots, the egg sort of with you. Cool.
Oh,
I was about to say.
What are you doing? You'll let him out.
Alright, so let me try and split up a bit. No, Yasun, you're still going down. Yeah, you can't do anything about that. Anybody who's got immobilizers, cripples, or anything, please use it on the prides. And let's try and split up a bit more down here. We've got like 2 people at one. Need someone over this one here. This one. Okay. We will just go down with green. Yasun again. Can some people step here to help? What's that?
Come on. See? I did that. Getting healthy.
We're going down again. Let's try and get the 2 at the same time, so if it's low, please don't just
One is
push
at
it.
one is at 6.
So there's one at 70, everyone to that please. So yeah, Taco, you got hit by that cone, which will knock you off the edge of the area.
Kill the other. Okay, got it.
You just either need to dodge out of it or block, and it won't knock you off the edge. But it's not easy to see as well. Some people have trouble with it.
Man in the ward. Quickly.
going down. Let's try and stay in the blue while we go down. Be ready with the CCs.
I was desperate and turned to fever to beg grace. But I did not outrun my fear. I was fought
Nice one. Everyone into the blue.
until the Messiah found me.
Okay. So, there's these demonic tears that are spawning around the edges now. Those are shooting projectiles at us all the time. We need someone to go and collect them. Like that. And then you get a skull over your head, which means you can't collect another one for 60 seconds. And everybody at the black, at the AoE. So there's that Tom. Do not step in that under any circumstances whatsoever. It will disappear in 30 seconds. Everyone into the blue, into the blue. And back to close up with him. Good job. There's another black. Get out, get out, get out. Try and keep it that way. Watch out. Nice dodging, guys. Like 50% we're going to go down. Let's go over here to... You don't have a black fight, sorry guys. It's going to be you, Red. Okay, and now this split, we go to this soul over here. You know it's this one because he's got a different spear to the rest. Back to the middle. Let's see if we can get to 50% quickly.
Gambled away everything.
And get out the black, out the black, out the black. It's terrible.
Nice.
It's fine, don't go into the black, do not go into the black. I'm just gonna res. Okay, res up, res up, res up. And it's that one over there, don't go into the black, remember. If you go and kill him, then stand behind him. And then back to this one. Try and just range him from that. And into the ward, black's disappeared, so we can do it now. Wait for him to move before you go and melee.
Right.
It's going to be more prides that are spawning, similar to the start of the fight. If we can just immobilise them. Everyone into the ward, Don't go into the black by the way. So immobilise that pride if you can. Don't necessarily need to kill him, you just need to slow him down. Otherwise one will spawn again.
Back.
Black, get out of black. Into the blue.
Then off. I'm amazing.
down.
We're going to go down in 1%.
Ren is down.
Yeah, that's what it is. And here is the time it's very important that you CC him immediately. You have to CC him immediately, otherwise he will teleport all over the place, and that could be into a black. We do not want that.
Stand in the war. Quickly.
Tank is also down. Dead.
I'd say GG here.
I think it was a pretty clean
Really nice
23%.
run, yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, so now we've passed the 50% mark, I will quickly explain the second half of the mechanics. So there's the white AoEs that are spawning everywhere. Those are tiers, they shoot projectiles, you just walk into them to collect them and it gets rid of them, stops shooting projectiles. You can only collect one every 60 seconds. When you get it, you'll get a skull over your head. It doesn't mean anything except you can't collect another one. There are prides that are spawning all over the place, one at a time. He will walk towards Soul, who we're trying to protect, and damage him. If he gets about 3 or 4, hit him, then he dies and we fail the encounter. So we need to immobilize them. Ideally immobilize them for as long as we can, so that's really the druid's job. Don't necessarily need to go there and kill it unless it's like absolutely urgent that we go and kill it. Stay on Deimos. If it gets too close, then I'll call out and we can go and deal with it. But just immobilize it, because another one's going to spawn if we kill it. So let's make the most of the immobilization that we've got, and yeah, we don't have to kill it. So yeah, at 25% we go down again, and that's the one where we do need to CC as much as possible, because he teleports us around. If we get teleported, we're going to probably get teleported into a black. If that happens, then it's basically a game over for us all. So CC him as quickly as you can. You need to be as quick as you can with that CC on that final soul split. Speaking of splits, something I didn't explain the last time was at 50% when we go down, he splits into 4. There's 1 real and 3 fake. The one that's real is one with a different staff to the rest. I'll try and call it out, but if you see it, if you see the staff, try and target it and go around and stand behind him, because the other 3 throw projectiles. Those projectiles hurt, and if you're not standing behind him, you'll get hit by all of them. And then after 25%, same mechanics as everything else. We then go down to hell with everybody, including the Hankite, at 10%. At 10%, there's going to be like a little dialogue phase where we all stand in the middle together and we wait for Deimos and Soul to have their fucking bitch fight with each other. And then we go down to hell, and Deimos will be a big, ugly, motherfucking giant guy, and we just have to stand kind of between the middle and him and DPS him down. He'll keep slamming. It's important that you dodge these slams. He'll be raising his arms and slamming down onto the ground. The tank will black kite, and the hand kite will go to the back and continue hand kiting. And we just DPS him down from 10 to 0, and that's basically the end of the fight. Once we get to 10%, providing that everyone does their job and no one dies, it is a very simple end to it, and you can basically call it a GG. That's the entire fight. Let's give it another go. Give it 2 or 3 more goes. So it's on your turn again. I'll stay up. Remember, do not get hit by the clones that he puts out. He'll knock you back. Keep an eye out for that. Very important. You'll always target one person, so
It's me this time.
stay away from Keller, basically. It pains me to say that, because Keller's amazing.
I'm at 8, 1%.
Nice, you did 2 at the same time, guys. 30% there.
When is that
70%.
77?
Can we do the 70% one, please? Ooh, Katana, that was sad. You walked it into it as well. Can we immobilize the Pride?
I did. Defense been off.
It's fine, we'll run around in circles like that.
Getting healthy. Nothing can do now.
Stand in the ward. Quickly. Stand in the ward. Quickly.
Spirits should be
We're
impressed.
gonna go down in 2%, 4%. What's up?
Fucked up. Shit.
Got you.
I healed when I was supposed to block.
Okay, sorry, I actually killed you. Let's GG. Quick GG. Reset.
Sorry, I pressed my healing skill when I was supposed to block.
It's fine.
Respite.
It takes time to get used to it, don't worry.
Return.
And you really panic when you fuck up because you keep ticking down.
Now, some people find it so easy and they literally just like go on autopilot for the entire thing, so...
Most of the time it's not hard. You need some getting used to, I guess. If you fuck up, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Just press kills. I'll get used to it.
Don't apologise, man. If anything, I'm the one who should apologise for putting you in charge of Hankai. Jesus. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. Let's go.
What are you doing? You'll let him out.
It's on the turn again. I don't know what he's doing to get that every time, but...
Getting healthy.
Don't hard to see the Pride.
Nice, you got 2.
Getting really good at that, guys.
I'll be back.
One is at 48, the other one is at 54. I think he's focusing me. Watch out. Yep. One is at 8, kill.
Well done.
Nice.
Nice. 2 goes.
But someone died.
I did that.
No worries.
That was really unlucky.
Into the blue.
I'm down, I'm down.
There's nothing you can do when you're down good. If you go down, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
GG, do a quick reset.
But I did not outrun my guilt. I was caught for my crime. I was left for dead until the Mossad found me.
Going down. Thank God it isn't Yeltsin this time. Don't forget to immobilize the pride. There's one here that no one's at. Scrap that.
You see? I did that.
Good job with the rolls. No, you can age a stat, by the way. Oh.
Come on, hit me.
Is it Yeltsin?
Mine is at 5. I couldn't kill it. It's at 1%.
So one person can go down this time. So yeah, I'll just go down by yourself. Or you can take Ella with you. Hey, well done. There's the walls. We're going down.
Stand in the war, quickly! I was desperate, but turned to fever for my cleverness.
Let's try and drag him over to Danos. Rather than just trying to kill him, let's drag him over so we can flee.
I was left for dead until the Mossad found me.
He was going to be relative.
Stand in the war, quickly!
And the black is going to spawn at 1%. Be ready to get out and get out, get out, get out. And into the blue. Black. Black, black, down, black, down, black. Don't fight. So, do you see that black is slightly bigger? That's because someone was standing it. It ticked once and then they got out immediately. If that hit anybody else, then we would have been screwed. Out the black, out the black. And there's a couple of tiers here if we can grab them. Green, get into green, get into green.
Shit.
Those others. So, bones in.
Do it down.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry, I mistimed my block.
Oh. How do you do this?
You just stand as far as Bones is doing it. The furthest person from Deimos is going to get the hands. So I bet you won't as far as Bones.
What?
I'm not gonna survive this.
SGG. How did you... Owen, is this like the third time I've seen you do that? Someone's done it before.
Malo.
Good times.
I can grab some more toughness real quick, make it easier if you want.
Yeah, remember it goes at 1.8.
Strength. Potency. Power. Let's have a... We've been going out for about an hour and a half, so let's have a 5-minute break.
I have one, Tom. I don't know if you saw this last time when I had the green on me. I was very far away, so I was trying to get to the middle, but then like a couple of you got to me and I didn't want to keep running to the middle. And I don't know what happened, but probably like half of the squad didn't get to the green. So I was wondering how should I handle that next time it happens. Yeah, I was. Yes, I was knocked back, and then I got the green, and then I started running towards the center to get closer to you guys. And it was like you and maybe a couple of more people who stood in it. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to dodge, but sometimes I dodge too early. And okay, because I cannot see the pizza. It's not telegraphed on my game. I just see like the purple thing that happens after the pizza slams. I just look at his hands. This is how I usually dodge. I look at his hands and I try to dodge when. I cannot do that. I'm afraid if I do that, I'm gonna freeze. And it's better to try and watch his hands than to be like totally unable to play. I have a really bad PC at the moment, so I have to like when I raid, I have to keep everything on lowest just to be sure, not to have any frames issues or anything because I usually die when that happens.
Right, let's start again. Egg, you coming? What do you mean, Taco? Right, let's give this another shot. We'll do 2 or 3 more tries, and then we'll call it a night. Let's go. Oh, where am I going? Where am I going? Oh no, I'm sorry. You're welcome, guys. I hope you all enjoyed that. So I think it's on. No, it's on. Hello. And finish.
Oh fuck.
Good job, 2 done.
Turning to normal parameters. Fury is mine.
Good job down there. Okay, nice and smooth, guys.
Defense, then offense.
We're going down.
I was desperate.
Very quick and nice,
Turned to
guys.
thievery to pay my creditors.
So he's going to stack
But
up.
I did not outrun my fear. I was
He's
caught.
going to be on the stack. So if everyone can come over here to Deimos, the best his best strategy is to stand next to Deimos and then kill him down. So except for when that happens. So you kind of got to be quick with it. Just go straight to Deimos. Black, get out. Into the blue. We'll just... raise up. And there's a black, get out of the black, out of the black. Follow through, there's a tier over there if anybody can get. Owen, get over here. Raise. Black, get out. Tier there, if anyone can take that. We're going down.
Oh, I stayed up. I don't know why.
This one just stay over there.
Fury is mine. Got the target.
Right.
Okay, stay in the blue, stay in the blue. Really good job there. Those hands are going to disappear. Good job. And it is this one here, do not stand in the black. Just try and range him if you can. This my target, my target. So go behind him.
Oh.
Yes, GG. Yeah, that's GG.
Renny and then kiting.
We're just gonna solo the boss.
Recover. Return. Strength. Potency. Power.
Yeah, I see that bug so fucking often. Like, for some reason it goes before you. I don't know if it's the tears or something, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a bug. But let's go again. And I pray that Keller doesn't miss it.
Yeah.
Might makes me right.
Kill the pride. Immobilize the pride.
Defense, then offense.
Oh, there's someone at everyone. And finish. Nice, 3. We got 3 in 1. New record.
Getting healthy.
Nice. Okay. I believe this time.
Getting healthy. Quickly.
And we're going down.
Stand in the war. Quickly. I was desperate.
Good job, guys. And remember, come to Deimos, come to Deimos. And
But I
clean
cannot
so.
outrun my
Very good.
I was left to walk. Until the sun found me.
Come on,
blue. There's a tier over there if anybody can go there. Black, out. There's a tier there if anybody can get. And then go to the ward. Good job everyone. Black, awesome. Really good job, guys. Killer!
The fuck?
I can't take this tier.
Good job down there, guys. Now come over here, come over to Deimos. Don't stand in the black. Right, it's this one here. Stand behind him, remember? Goes up, goes up, goes up. Black. Stand in the ward. Quickly. Don't forget to take tears. Black. Goes up, goes up, goes up. It's that one. Stand behind him. Remember, it's the one I've targeted. Go and stand behind him. Finish him. Awesome. So pride here if somebody could immobilize it. Good job, well done. Don't bother too much killing it right now, just focus on Deimos. Let people who have immobilizers immobilize. Quite there, but there's nothing really you can do about it. Cool. So, out of the black, out of the black, out of the black. Okay, well, that's GG probably. Yeah, GG. Yeah, everybody's, I think at that point everybody was a little bit too, it was a little too chaotic with all of the different things going on. Let people that have the ability to do their jobs do those jobs. So the prides, they just need to be immobilized. You don't need to DPS them down. Focus on Deimos. Focus on not stepping in the blacks and focus on not getting hit by the pizza slices, and let other people immobilize. And if I call out a change of focus from Deimos to the pride, then go for that. But until then, just focus on Deimos and don't worry too much about anything other than the mechanics that can wipe the entire squad. We can heal through, so me and Yelton as healers can heal Soul. So it's not the end of the world if a single pride hits him. If 4 hit him, then fine, but if 4 hit him over a space of like 3 minutes, then we can probably heal through the majority of that damage that he takes. So the prides are only a secondary objective. Don't worry too much about it. You don't need to go over to them. I'm going to say this is the last attempt for me.
Pause.
And a subtlety that some people might not be aware of, if you hard CC the Pride, it actually speeds up. So no hard CC, I just want immobilizes and cripples only. Then chills.
Might makes me right. Getting healthy. Nothing will bring me down.
So don't go on this one, just go over to that one, the 23%.
Kill, kill, kill.
Only one person who needs to do this, Skeleton.
Might makes me right. Getting healthy.
Stand in the ward! Quickly! Stand in the ward! Quickly! I was desperate.
And on to Deimos, Circular Soul, or the Ghost of Soul.
But I could not outrun her. I was caught in a bind. I was left to rest until the sun found me.
Go to Nil and finish Soul. There's a tier over there if somebody grab it. Black, get out of the black.
Black.
Take that too, nice one.
Stand in the ward! Quickly!
Take the ward. Back. Don't go on your back. Be careful. He's going down. Get out of the black. Get out of the black. Get out of the black. That's fine. If you could take that tier while you get no, you can't. And egg is gone. Awesome. That's GG. One more try, and then we'll call it a night.
Respite. Recover. Return. Restore. I cleanse upon your power. Believe.
No. I definitely couldn't have put myself above the toughness. No, but then he was bugged, so I literally have 1000 toughness and my thing only gives 300. I didn't even use it though. I don't know, he bugs out, the fucking bosses bug out sometimes, man. It's weird shit. if we don't get this tonight, by the way, guys, it's not the end of the world. This is literally one of the more mechanically painful bosses to fight. Like, I have been stuck on this boss with like really high, like fucking high tier groups for hours sometimes because it's just so many moving parts. So many things that can go wrong. You're all doing absolutely fucking well.
Oh, fuck. I dodged off.
You dodged off?
Yeah.
Who's gonna die?
Quick GG.
None.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't that the last?
Yeah, but
Fuck cooldowns. %, 70% over here, and 50% on one that double tap.
Kill. Oh, it was Ren. And that one.
Yeah.
Spaceship. Keller, where's my alacrity?
Me? I don't know.
Joke. You're going down. Thank you, my dear. Don't ask me how that happened.
How did that happen, Tom?
I was just trying to
So come and stack on Daedalus so he can come to us. Come and stack again.
but I could not outrun him. I was caught.
Getting help is too good for comfort.
Yeah, at this point I just say kill him. Just he doesn't seem to want to ever move. Go and kill.
Oh, an ECC. Oh, it's solar wounds.
It doesn't matter that much. We don't have anything.
So he's moving now.
Such a little cunt. Black, out the black, out the black.
Oh shit.
Bye, Keller.
Eat.
Hi, Killer.
Hello. Spectator mode unlocked.
Spectator mode on. Into the blue. A lot of running around here, guys. Out the black, out the black, out the black, out the black, black, black. Oh, that's bad. Why did he go that way?
Stand in the war, quickly!
Ah, there's right.
Yeah, there was a little space.
Goes up if you can.
Then off. Spirits should be impressed.
Watch out for black banners so when you come up.
I gambled away everything I
Heal up those, you need to heal, don't stand in those. No, stay there, Taco. No, okay.
Come on, hit me. I'll hit that.
Is this one here? Stand behind him, stand behind him.
Great business.
Yeah, have fun, guys. Alright, GG. That's the end of that. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was really smooth,
Nice
even
one.
though we didn't kill demons.
Mm-hmm. I got to experience hand guiding for the
Yeah.
first time. Very nice. And like the third try, we got it to 23, even when I had no idea what I was doing.
I don't know what
He just-
Nismo usually does. Does he do ranged or melee?
Melee.
Okay. Ranged?
No, ranged, like on the trainings, ranged.
Okay, yeah.
Is it training? I haven't done range with him in training.
I know he did a lot of, not, but like a couple of demons trainings.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thanks everybody for coming. If you have any questions or
Thank
anything
you.
about how that went or anything, let me know.
Thank you for leading, Tom.
Thank you
Good
for
job.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.